Sometimes the big question is, how do I start? Now, whether it's a business, whether it's charity, but today I'm talking about how you can start doing charity, how you can start your own foundation, how you can start your NGO work, you know, without having to be Dangote, or without having to be Odetola, or without having to be Dr. Paddy, right? You know, how do you start your own? How do you impact the world? Because the most important part of life is the service we give to other people that can't help themselves. The most important part of life is the impact that we make in society before we leave society. The most important part of life is not the big position we have, it's the legacy that we leave. That people can hear our names and hear our children's names and say, wow, that man changed my life, that woman changed my life. Now, maybe you're doing it in a very small space right now. You need to take it out to the open. And you don't need a lot of money to start. That's just a big caveat for me to put in there. You don't need a lot of money to start doing NGO work, to start doing foundation work. You don't need a lot of money to do charity. Now, I know, you've seen all these big companies. Yes, you've seen all these big people and big companies spend loads and loads of money on charity. That's good. We're going to get there one day. But I'm just speaking to you, if really you don't have that kind of money, but you have that kind of heart. I don't have $1 million in my account, but I have $1 million heart. That's something you really need to consider. You might not have $1 million in your account, you might not have $1 million in your account, but do you have $1 million heart? Do you have $1 million heart? Do you have a heart of gold? That's what we need to do charity. That's all we need. You understand? So how do you start? Now, I'm just going to break it down. Number one, you need to find your story. You need to find your story, and your story will give you your why. So what is your story? What did you go through or grow through, right? Were you raped when you were younger? Were you abused? Were you molested? Were you a house help like me? What did you experience growing up that you want to see change? Were you poor? What is it? Was it a hard time getting school fees? Was it a hard time eating? What is that thing that you experienced that you said, if in your life you don't want to go through it again? Now, sit down, take a pen and a paper, write down those things, because they form a part of your story. Now, I understand. Sometimes you might not be able, you might not have come out in the open to say, I went through this. So you hear people's story and you go back in your house and you be like, if only you know what I went through. But because you are now at a position in your life where you don't want to share it, you feel it's going to be somehow. Did you have a child out of wedlock? What did you go through? What did you experience? Some of the things we experienced might be out of our own mistake. Some of them we didn't wish them upon ourselves. I didn't wish to be somebody's house help, you know. So what have you gone through? What have you grown through? Those things form a part of your story. Those things form a part of why you should do charity. Those things form a part of why you should come into the NGO space. Because there's somebody like you that if you don't talk to that person will get raped. There's somebody like you that if you don't talk to that person won't know how to prevent abuse. There's somebody like you that is going through what you're going through but might not have been able to define it because you need to start your own thing. And let me tell you something. There are some people that only you can reach. There are some people that I can't reach. No. Dr. Paddy can't reach them. Dangote can't reach them. Bill Gates can't reach them. You know, Governor Okowa can't reach them. You know, there's some people that only you have been created to reach. I swear to you, some people were created for you to reach them. So, find your story. If you have trouble finding your story, send me a DM. I could talk to you, I could have a session with you, and we would carve your story for you. Good. So the next thing when you found your story and you found out why is to take your story and find a niche. Who are the people you like to attend to? Who are the people you like to help? Because that's what charity is about, helping people. Not just helping them with gifts, not just helping them with money, helping them to come out of the situation that they are in right now, that is causing them to be poor, that is causing them to be down, that is causing them to be depressed. So find your niche. For me, Zion Oshobege, I cater to children a lot. 80% of what I do is for children, and the other 20% of what I do is for teenagers, right? But I understand that poverty is mental, first of all. So I want to break it in the hearts of kids. You know, growing up poor is bad. It's a sin. You know, so that's my niche. What is yours? What's going to be your niche? Don't try to be too general, right? If you were raped when you were growing up and you want to start a movement for that, people will relate to you better, because you know what, this woman is helping people that have been abused or molested or raped because she has gone through it. So people cater to your story more. People want to support your work more because they know that you know what it means to be raped. You know what it means to be molested. You know what it means to be abused. So you need to start a movement. You need to start a foundation. You need to start doing charity on that thing. Even if you've not gone through anything in life, maybe your life was very rosy and you didn't have to go through anything in life, you still have a story. Why are you passionate about what you're passionate about? Maybe that's why you want to change the world. Maybe that's why you want to help people with your resources. Maybe that's why, right? There's something in you that feels the need of others. Even as highly placed as you are, there's something in you that you keep feeling this need to help people. Listen, you need to really respond to that call. So after you found your story and found your niche, the next thing to do is to find a community or find people. Because you can't help yourself. You've already come to a point where you want to help, so you want to help another person, right? So for me, I found a community. I found 4 communities now. I go to those communities with my community mentoring program, and I just go there to teach. So you can help people with your money. You can help people with your knowledge. You can help people with your skill. You can help people with your relationships. It really doesn't have to be money all the time. You know, I understand the concept of charity, where people go and give money and give food and give all these things. Those are part of it. But the charity that lasts, the one is the one that you build institutions, is the one that you build the person. You have to build people to a point where they don't have to need charity. If people still need charity, over a course of time, and you've met them, it means you're not doing it right. The sole purpose of charity, the sole purpose of NGOs, the sole purpose of foundations is to build structures and institutions where people will no longer need that charity, because you have built something in them. You've given them a skill to be empowered. You've given them knowledge to go with. You've mentored them to come out of their depressed state. You've changed their perspective. So you've been able to lift them up, and then now they know how to go about it. Now they know what to do. So charity at the first instant might be, giving a handout. But as you grow along, it's not about handouts anymore. It's about building strong institutions. It's about building the human being. It's about developing the person. It's about empowering the person so that they don't need handouts anymore. So find people, find communities, find all these things to help them, right? So if you found a community to help and you don't have the money yet, just go in and and you have the skill set, go in and give them the skill set. But another thing I need to say is, when you found your story, when you found your niche, now it's so easy, because you can get a graphic designer guy to design something for you, and then implementation is as easy as a social media post. Implementation is as easy as your last 10 posts on social media. You can start to put out thoughts towards that. You can start to write articles towards that. People should start to see that you are passionate about this thing, because that's how people begin to now perceive you. So it's very important that if you're going to start small and grow big, but start by finding out your own story. Start by clearing out the why. Why do you want to do this? Then your niche is very important. Who do you want to cater to? Then another thing you need to talk about is you need to find the people. Find the people you want to help. Find the community you want to affect. When you've done that, You need to now start doing programs and projects, right? You understand? Because you need structure. That's good. That's going to come. Don't worry about the structure here. Don't worry about your board members, all these big things. Don't worry. The first thing to do is to do one project, one program, impact one life. Before you start talking about you want to have board members, you want to register the foundation, you want to do all these big things. It is good to do the big things, but please, if you are not yet there, start small. Start small. Start small. You understand? So the next thing to do when you've done the story niche, you've looked at the people you want to help, or the person you want to help, you now need to say, how do I need to help this person, right? Do I need to what do I need to do? That's where projects come in. That's why you see foundations are always doing projects, initiatives, this project, that project, the other project. Find a project to do, you know. So do you want to give the person a skill? Do you want to help the person, you know, with mentoring, mindset change? I like what the Commissioner for Youth Delta State is doing, mindset reorientation. That's even what the whole Delta State, you know, government is about, you know, just mindset reorientation first, right? And that's why I like to say new thinking in the Ministry for Youth in Delta State. New thinking. I like that word a lot. New thinking. You want to give people a new way to think, a new perspective. So once you found your niche, you really now need to go on out there and start doing projects. One project at a time, you are blessing lives. One project at a time, you're changing communities. One project at a time, you're changing human beings. One project at a time, you're helping people. You're helping widows. You're helping orphans. You're helping less privileged. You're helping people that have been molested and abused. One project at a time. So when you found your project you want to do, the next thing you need to do is to put it out there for people. Just put it out there for people. Now listen, I suggest you do 1 or 2 projects before you even start to ask people to donate or start to ask people to give to you. People need to see that yes, this is not about donations, it's about the heart. It's not about come and donate, come and donate, come and donate. No. I mean, when we started the school for orphans, we really hardly ever put out something to say come and donate. People just started knowing and seeing what we're doing online, and then people started coming to donate to what we're doing. So people will always see the resource will always come. Don't be scared to start. The resource will always come. The resource will always come. There is provision. Listen, you can't start something that you are really passionate about, that really you want to change the world with, that really you know that genuinely in your heart that you are doing this for people, you're doing this for society. You're doing this for people's life to be better. You can't start it and not get provision. You can't start it and not get resources. But resources should not be the first thing you put in your mind. So start today. Start today. But start. Go to, if it's just to teach widows or to teach children or to teach I don't know, you can start with things you don't need money to do first. You don't need, see, charity is not about giving wrapper to women and giving onions and no, that's handout. It's good, but the first type of charity we talk about is mindset reorientation. Having people to change perspectives, having people to understand that there's a better way, there's a better life, and that you have gone through what they are going through, and you have come out of it, so they can come out of it. They need to hear your story. You can't keep your story to yourself. Your story is not for you. You have to give it to people. Sorry, I'm talking like a teacher, but that's just the truth. You know, I need to wrap up this video because I'm trying to get to that 15 minutes. I don't want to get in more than 15 minutes, but please, knowing that, please, I'm saying start before you begin to put it out there for people to assist you. Start, and when you start, please, you know, sometimes, you know, people talk about this, and this is where the video gets more than 15 minutes because this one is really passionate. I'm passionate about this one. When you start doing projects, do it and record it. Let me tell you something. Record what you do. I can't even emphasize this enough. Record it to take pictures, photographs, you know, videos. You go into a place and you're starting your charity for the first time and you're doing something to make people's life get better. Record what you do. Record it. Put it on video. Then some people say, oh, the left hand doesn't need to know what the right hand is doing. The right hand doesn't even know to know what the left hand is doing. Lie. the right hand and the left hand should know what they are doing. Why? Why do you need to record it? Because somebody is out there that the only way they can know you are changing lives is if they see it. Somebody said seeing is believing. So if you say, I've been doing charity work since, so I've been helping people, but you see, I'm that type of person that I don't record what I do. Well, that's you. That's personal. You don't want to come into the NGO space, right? If you're coming into the NGO space, you're coming into charity space, you're coming into foundation work, you must record what you do, because donors want to see what you do for them. And then if you don't record what you do and you can't get other people to donate to what you do, you can't help more lives. If you can't help more lives, what's the essence? You started out helping one person because that's what you could do, and now you need to show what you're doing so that you can help more people. The essence of donations is not for us. We don't have anything to do with your donations. It's not, I can feed myself, I can eat for myself, I can feed my family. But what I need donations for is the fact that I have this heart to help more people, and I don't yet have all the resources to do it. And that's why I need people to join me. So you need to understand, when you ask for donations, you're asking for people to join you, make a difference. You're asking for people to join you, make impact. You're not asking for people to give. If people are giving you money and you're eating it, well, you know. But impact, and the more people that help you, the more impact you make. So please record what you do. Please record it. Don't be worried about people that talk on social media and say you don't need to record what you're doing. If you're doing charity, people should not know. This. Well, that's if you are giving. If you don't want to come into NGO work, you must keep recording what you're doing, because even there's some donors that will give you money that they will ask you to bring what is called MOV. I don't want to go into all this big grammar now, because I'm just trying to teach you how to start small. MOV is means of verification, and the means of verification is, number one, the receipt of the thing you bought with the people's money. Number two is the video to show that you did what you did, pictures to show that you did what you did, community's response to say that yes, what you did was right. So you see, that's very, very key. So please, even if it's just giving one sanitary pad to one girl, that's the first thing you have ever done, right? Or just mentoring one child, give somebody a camera to record what you're doing, because those are your days of little beginning. Those are your days where you look back and say, wow, this is how this charity really started, right? So it's very important you record what you do. It's very important you understand that once you have a heart to do good, the money to do good is in the hands of people, and people will definitely give it to you, but they want to see that you're doing good for yourself. Now, I hope, loads to talk about more, but I hope I've been able to give you a few tips on how to start your charity work, on how to do your foundation work. If you didn't get anything out of the video, what you should get out of the video is that your story is very important. Your story is one reason why you should start doing charity, and find your niche. Start projects. People will definitely help you along the way, and don't stop posting on social media. Post, because people need to see what you're doing, to help what you're doing, And if you're somebody out there that you've always wanted to start, but for you just want to give into charity now before you start, fine. Find charities that are doing what you want to do and sow into the charities, and then hopefully one day you will start your own, and you keep making difference. For us in this space, all we're doing is selfless. All we're doing is help people's lives get better. Listen, I've been able to reach over 3,000 children since I started. You don't know what that means to society. You don't know. I'm grateful to God, but you know why I can't stop? This, for me, this is NGO work, is foundation work, but more than foundation work, this is God reminding me to say, hear my word, to see your ear. That's why I saved you. Almost died, and all I saw in a trance was children, loads and loads of children pulling me back. And when I woke up in Obiaruku General Hospital, 5th of July 2017. And people were celebrating my life. God brought me back for a reason. God brought me back to do charity work, to do this work I've been doing, to amplify it. That's why I said no alarm clock is needed. My passion wakes me up. I can't stop doing what I do. This thing drives me. I can't stop going into communities. I can't stop helping people. I can't stop. I might not have all the millions of naira, like I said in the first place, but I have $1 million heart to help children. And I'm not going to stop till we realize that goal. 20 million African children, 20 million poor children, 20 million underprivileged children, 20 million orphans must get access to quality education because I came to this earth. Thank you so much. The world is waiting for your story. Somebody is waiting for your story. Somebody is waiting to be blessed if you start. So start today, start now, and see God make a way for you where there is no way. Thank you. God bless you.